Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and check this out. We've got the Xbox One version of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Yeah, I'm part of the problem. I rewarded Activision, those shitty fucking scam artists that they are, with another $60 after buying the game on PlayStation 4, because I love this game. And my love for this game supersedes my hatred for Activision. You know, a lot of people think, oh, well, you should just be thankful they re-released the game. But no, I shouldn't be, because I have the game on Xbox 360, both this one and number 2. And the upscale is marginal at best, and nowhere near worth charging $60 for the bundle or $40 a piece for these two games. And not only that, but their listing on Xbox Live is fraudulent. So, as a lot of people have seen at this point, the DLC characters, many of which were Xbox 360 exclusive, are not available. And they're not available here either. So, I don't know if this was an oversight or what, but the gold edition of this game did come with all the DLC, I believe, on Xbox 360 anyway. So this should also include Doctor Doom, Magneto, Sabretooth, and one other bad guy. Magneto, Doctor Doom, Sabretooth, and Venom. And on the good guy side, it should be Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Hulk, and Hawkeye. Now, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here real quick, and we're going to go to the store, all right? And in the store, we're going to go right here, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Here is the listing. I want you to look at this, okay? Unleash the greatest superhero alliance ever. Marvel Ultimate Alliance lets players create their ultimate team from the largest superhero alliance ever. Blah, blah, blah. Largest roster of legendary superheroes ever assembled in one game, including Spider-Man, Hulk. Literally, the second character listed is a character that's not actually in the game. It tells me that I can play as Hulk, when in fact, I cannot play as Hulk. So if we look at some of the screenshots here, like this one right here, does not show them in the screenshot. So, but this does have all the other characters unlocked, like Black Panther and Nick Fury, and I can see Silver Surfer and Daredevil and Ghost Rider, and Doctor Strange is back there too. So this does have the unlocked characters, but I want to see if there's a screenshot that includes Hulk. But they're basically saying, yeah, you can play the game as these characters. If there's something going on and they're going to be added at some point, for free, then sure. If it wasn't ready, whatever. But here's the thing, and here's what really grinds my gears about this. Okay. So they announced this at Comic-Con like a week ago, okay? They're like, hey, surprise re-release. Now, I know that there were some leaks, as far back as a month ago where it was speculated that this was going to happen, but there was no official announcement of this. There was no need for them to say, oh, yeah, and by the way, it comes out on Tuesday, when guess what? It didn't even come out on Tuesday on Xbox One. It didn't even come out until Thursday. This whole thing has been a debacle, and I'm actually ashamed of myself for buying this on Xbox One. Number one, Xbox support was absolutely useless. When this game got delayed, they knew something was up, and their answer was, oh, just watch for Major Nelson. He'll update. He'll let you know, which is bullshit. It's a bullshit answer to give. Absolute 100% bullshit to tell people, oh, just wait. People are looking to buy the game at midnight, which is completely rational and normal for people to do, because when new games are released, that is when they are made available. And usually when a game's about to come out, it's also pre-orderable and preloadable. That way, right at the stroke of midnight, people want to play. Hey, you know what? I know people will say, oh, you could just wait, be patient. But that's not the point. Like, people, like, yes, people can be patient. I get it. But, at the same time, when something's supposed to happen and something happens a certain way all the time, that becomes the expectation. And when the expectation changes, you need to just have some transparency. Let us know what's going on. They literally, like, the people on the Twitch team, like the Twitter team, were useless. They were completely useless. Like, and the reason why I'm giving them such a hard time is because they pride themselves on being the quote unquote world's most responsive brand. And it's really only responsive if, they have the answer or it's an easy question. Literally zero help. And I already had the money in my account to buy the game, which is the only reason I did it. I literally had the money put in there to buy the game, and then, like, I sat here and waited all day. It's like, this isn't normal. We Happy Few, like, they went right out, like, around midnight and said, hey, the game's not going to be available until 9 a.m., so just hang tight. It's not going to be out until then. So whose fault is it? Like, it's clearly Activision, those money-grubbing bastards. This game honestly should have just been backwards compatible. They should, but no, they're milking our nostalgia for $60 a pop, and people are buying it because this game stands the test of time. It's one of my favorite games of all time, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, and they are taking advantage of us as fans. Yes, I know we don't have to buy it, but how do you resist something like this? When you're like, hey, one of my favorite games of all time has been quote-unquote remastered and is now available on my new console. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And I feel like they ambushed us with the game by releasing it so quickly so they could get as many people like me and like a lot of people that were on Twitter on release day that would go and buy it right away. And, there's no waiting for reviews. There's no, waiting to see if there were problems. So many people went and just bought the game instantly because that's what we do. And it's like there was no time frame for anybody to come in and say, hey, what if something's wrong? Like, we didn't give them that opportunity to figure that out. So here we are, and we're stuck with this piss poor, like, if you're going to remaster a game, it needs to come with absolutely everything. Now, fortunately, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 does come with everything. I hope this is an oversight, but what really pisses me off more than anything? A lack of communication. You can't have something like this happen and then have radio silence. You just cannot do it. It's not fair at all. It's a bullshit way to do things. And I don't think any of us deserve it. We want to give people our money, We have no problem giving these companies our money, to buy games that we love, but we just want to be able to trust them, And this game, here's the thing, like, who determines worth, Like, who determines what's worth what, It's always in the eye of the beholder, Like, I can't sit here and tell you, oh, this game is not worth $60, because what if you love the game and you play it and you play it and you play it and you get so much extra time out of it? Maybe it is worth $60. But I can tell you value-wise, based on other games that have been remastered, that have been done properly, this game is not worth $60. Like, the bundle for the two. If Batman Arkham, the Arkham City Collection, can be released for $50 with all DLC, there's no way that a game that came out in like 2007 and 2009 should be coming out at $60. No way at all. Like, I understand BioShock Collection is going to be $60 at re-release, but that is truly completely, that is remastered. It's also 3 games, not 2, and it comes with everything as it should. You know, there's no, hey, we kind of forgot to do a certain DLC. No, not at all. Everything's there. And again, if this is an oversight, great. But I feel like I'm pretty tuned in, and I've seen absolutely nothing that addresses the missing DLC that is going on right now. And that is ridiculous. We shouldn't be here in 2016 as gamers. Like, this is the type of controversy that we should be complaining about. We should be kicking and screaming about. Like, this is the type of thing that these companies should not be allowed to get away with. Yes. You know, it's not right. It really isn't. Like, you can't take advantage of the public like that. You know, we get this great interview, like, oh, it's remastered. You can't throw around the word remaster. This is a straight port. That's all it is. It's a port. It's somewhat upscaled to 1080. And if you get into a cutscene on this, it looks like fucking garbage. And I know that I have a younger audience that watches this, and I do all my best to swear, not to swear. And that's what this game brings out of me. It brings out the sailor trucker mouth, the total absolute frustration, and it's stupid, man. This is stupid. Like, I love it that I'm playing this game. I love the game. I love playing the game. I really do. But you can't do this, you know? Like, and honestly, I bought the game on Xbox. I've had the game on 360, but I actually bought it digitally, like back in like December or so. They had a really good sale on it, and I bought it digitally on Xbox 360, hoping that it would be available as part of backwards compatibility. And honestly, everything that they did right here with this is literally at the level of what they do with the backwards compatibility. Like, it looks no better than what any of the backwards compatible games do, and I think it just crashed. All right. So, and that's the part that's frustrating. Like, we just want the proper value for what we're paying for, and this is not proper value. This is not. And you know I didn't have to buy it, but I did because I'm a sucker. I'll admit it. Like, I love this game and I want to play it, which is why I streamed Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 a few weeks ago, and right before Lego Star Wars came out. Some of you guys remember, I had a live stream of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 because I was excited. You know, I wanted to play the game, and it's such a great game to talk about, especially with Civil War 2 going on. So, my best advice to people, honestly, like, and trust me, I love this game so much, and for a lot of you guys that are younger, that, you know, were really young when this game came out, like, you know, I want you to play it and experience it. It's such a great, you know, game to play and experience the stories, and it gets into a time when I think Marvel Comics was, you know, at their peak. You know, but don't buy it. Just I can't recommend anybody else spends money on this. I can't do it. Not full price. Like, if you want to wait a little bit for it to go down, like, for me, the sweet spot is $20 each. Okay, if you can get this for $40, I feel like you got somewhat fair value, because at least those two, at least you're getting it for the price of a gold game. You know, one of those games that they release is like gold. So, I honestly, you know, for whether it's Xbox or PlayStation 4, please be stronger than me, I guess. You know, this is really not a game that deserves your money, as is. It doesn't deserve to be purchased at full price. And I wish I had the, I wish I had it in me to wait. I really do. And I don't. And I know that's my fault, not theirs, and not yours or anybody else's. 100% on me for not being patient and just waiting for it to re-release, or to go down in price. But, you know, it is what it is. So I have it now on 360, or I'm sorry, on Xbox One and PS4. And there's no difference between the two. Like, the graphics that are bad are just as bad here. The cutscenes are atrocious. Like, the cutscenes, again, it literally looks like the backwards compatible games. You know, my big issue, though, is, you know, a company like Rockstar goes ahead and they, you know, they take Red Dead Redemption, one of the, you know, great games of all time. Like, as much as I love this game, you know, it's not a technical achievement, you know? It's just a great video game. Red Dead Redemption is like one of those games that like transcends the genre of gaming and is like the ultimate, you know, when it comes to, you know, storytelling. And, you know, John Marston is just a classic all-time great character. And they re-released it on backwards compatibility for free, you know? And then they even put it up at a discounted price on Xbox One, because all pricing is determined by the game creator, not Microsoft. So if you ever get mad about a sale or whatever, keep in mind that the pricing is 100% dictated by the company that's making the game. And I can't, as much as I love it, as much as I want people to experience it, as much as I want people to be able to join my stream, I will not and cannot and will not recommend that people buy this game. I just can't with good conscience do that. Not at full price. Like, if you want to wait for the price to go down, then great. I think that's a great time to buy, but I mean, it should be, this should have launched for $40. It's literally, there is no way it cost them any sort of money that would have required such a payment price. Okay, remastering a game, this is barely remastered, Like, if those cutscenes look better, like, the cutscenes are absolutely at 480. They're absolutely what you get when you play a game at 480 on a large screen TV. You know, I was playing it on a 50-inch Samsung. You know, that it is literally what you get in that circumstance. Just, I don't want to be making this video. I don't want to be talking about this game this way. You know, I love this game. You know, it means a lot to me. And it was one of the first games I ever bought on Xbox 360. My brother and I were just talking about it on our stream, about how I went and bought my Xbox 360, and like, I bought this game for him, you know. So here's a cutscene, and you know, oh well, it's barely a cutscene, but you can even look at it right there. You know, look at the way the characters look right there. It's terrible, guys. Like, when you're in game like this, it's really not that bad. But you know, at the end of the day, I can't recommend it. And I can tell you that you know, borderline fraud is going on in the technical sense of the word. You know, false advertisement is happening right here on the Marvel Ultimate Alliance store, because it tells you right there, Hulk, the second character listed, not a character in the game. It literally says it in the listing that we should be able to play as Hulk. And actually, let me go back to the listing again, actually. Because, let's see, if we go into here, where is it? Let's go all the way down. Customize, change course, control fate, fight and hold, cooperative online, engagement, switch between cooperative multiplayer partner, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it doesn't say anything about him here otherwise, but like, you know, it's, you know, the Hulk in the title, it's either an oversight or something, but there's no way something like this should have happened at all. And, you know, I for one, I can't condone it. I can't allow it. And that's all I have to say, man. So I'd love to know what you guys think. I know you guys are excited about this. I know you guys have been wanting to play it.